Aboru aboye, aboye boshishe, ogbo ato asure iworiwo fun. Good day to my viewers. Good day to my listeners. Thank you very much. I am very impressed and I am motivated. I can see the number of the subscribers that we had. So thank you very much for subscribing to our channel, Ifa Truthfulness TV. As you all know, our purpose of this channel is to liberate people from darkness into light. The purpose of this channel is to bring liberation, to bring a freedom to human race. So especially the Africans. So the purpose of this channel is to let you know your real authenticity. Is to let you know your originality, your foundation, your origin, your source. So that is the purpose of our channel, Ifa Truthfulness TV. So we also urge you to please subscribe to our channel and also help us to promote this channel, because we have a lot in store for us, and we want to gain more followers before we'll be able to put in more energy, put in more work on daily basis. Thank you very much. May the peace of Olodumare be with you and your household. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Thank you. So today, I want to quickly speak on what I titled Taboos. Taboos. So in Yoruba language, we call it Ewo. So what do we mean by the word taboo? Taboo simply means the things that should not be done by a particular set of people or by an individual. Taboos. Èèwọ̀, ohun tí wọn kì í ṣe. So Yoruba will say ohun tí wọn kì í ṣe. That is, this thing, don't do it. It is a taboo. So the human race generally has a taboo. The life we are living has its do's and don'ts. For example, if you meet, if you are a man or you are a woman, so you meet a new friend, so you need, well, in the course of your conversation, you're trying to ask, what are the things that get you upset? What can I do that will make you upset? Or what are your do's and what are your don'ts? Because you don't want to offend that person. You want to have a good relationship with that person. So that is your essence of asking the person, what are your do's and what are your don'ts? So if the person is able to tell you his or her do's and don'ts, that means you need to follow the rules and regulation. Your inability to follow that rules and regulation will bring conflict, will bring misunderstanding between the two of you, because he or she had already told you the do's and don'ts. Now, bring it to humanity. But first of all, I'm bringing out my topic from Oduifa Irosumeji. So I'll be speaking from Oduifa Irosumeji. That is Irosu in the right hand and Irosu in the left hand. Is known to be Irosu Meji. So, life generally has its positive sides and negative side. So we need to understand how nature works. We need to understand how the life works. So Oduifa Irosumeji made us to understand that there are things we call taboos. Taboos. So whatever we are doing here on earth, each and every one of us, every human race, every human being has his or her taboos. And he or she must be able to acknowledge our taboos for him or her to be able to live a successful life. For example, I'll start by using myself as an example. when I became an Ifa initiate, my Odu Ifa suggests that I cannot smoke. Either cigarette, marijuana, anything that has to do with smoke, it is a taboo for my race, for my personal race. In other words, I cannot eat hot food. Any food that I want to eat, the food must be cold. Putting the food in my mouth, and I am now trying to blow the food out of my mouth, thereby bringing out smoke. It is a taboo for my life journey. That is my personal taboo. So my Odu Ifa suggests that white clothes is the best for my race here on earth. So using the other color, black, red, and so on and so forth, are my taboos. So therefore, I must abstain from them if I want to live a successful life. That is myself as an example. That is how it is applicable to every human being existing here on planet Earth. Every human existing here on Earth has his or her own taboos. So we must be able to identify our do's and our don'ts. And our ability to identify our do's and our don'ts give us the privilege to live a successful life. I'll be speaking, like I said, from Odu Ifa Irosumeji. Ifa says, ẹbí ẹni bá ń ṣe ohun tẹ́nìkan ò ṣe rí, ojú rẹ̀ a sì máa rí ohun tẹ́nìkan ò rí rí. Adífá fún ọmọ tí bàbá rẹ̀ kú tó lóun fẹ́ gbé ìyá oníyàwó. Wọ́n ní èèwọ̀ ni ẹnìkan kì í ṣe, ó lóun yóò ṣe. Just look at those words. Bí ẹni bá ṣe ohun tẹ́nìkan ò ṣe rí, ojú rẹ̀ a sì máa rí ohun tẹ́nìkan ò rí rí. Adífá fún ẹni tí ọmọ tí bàbá rẹ̀ kú tó lóun fẹ́ lọ rẹ̀ gbé ìyá òun ní ìyàwó. If one do what no one has ever done, definitely his eyes will see what no man has ever seen. Cast divination for a child who lost his father and says he wants to get married to his own mother. He was told no one has ever done this. He said he wants to do it. Definitely, taboos we need to ask from him. Èèwọ̀ máa béèrè. Torí bẹ́ẹ̀ nìkan ò bá bí, if no one asks from him, taboos, which is èèwọ̀, we definitely ask from him. That is Irosumeji. Now, you see, a lot of things is going wrong in our life, and we tend to tag our failure. We tend to tag our setback to the witches and wizards. No, capital no. You and I need to sit down to examine our life to know where we are getting it wrong. If we are not living our life according to the will of our Creator, failure is inevitable. If we are not living our life according to the will of our Hori, failure is inevitable. Our Hori is the ultimate. Our Hori is the ultimate, and our Hori has a direct connection with the Creator, which is Olodumare. So you need to understand your do's and your don'ts. And how can you understand your do's and your don'ts? It's by having a relationship with your foundation. And what is your foundation? Your Creator is your foundation. Your Creator is your foundation. So you must have a relationship with your Creator for you to be able to acknowledge your do's and your don'ts. So having a relationship with your foundation must be through your original source, not through the foreign religion. Now, let me break it down for you. 400 years ago, life has been existing. Your ancestors has been existing. Do you know who your ancestors are? If your father is no longer existing, if your father is no more here on earth, your father has automatically become your ancestors. If you have lost your mother is now your ancestors. So when we are talking about your ancestors, we are talking about the people who have the privilege to live before you. In other words, in the next 100 years, you will now become an ancestor to your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren. So when we are talking about ancestors, we are talking about your originality. We are talking about your foundation. We are talking about your source. So 400 years ago, your ancestors has been existing. Their life has been existing. And everything they were doing, they have a means of communicating with the Creator, which is Olodumare. As a Yoruba race, as Igbo man, as an Hausa man, as Edo man, as Shekiri man, as an Ijaw man, every race in Africa has a way of communicating with the Creator. So, the white people, which we call Oyibo, they came and enslaved our ancestors. They came to enslave our parents. My great-grandmother, your great-grandmother, the white people came to enslave them because they are white and we are black. So firstly, they made us to understand that anything that is black is evil. That is the first brainwash. The first brainwash, they make you to understand that anything that is black is evil. So in other words, when you look at yourself, you think you are naturally born evil. That is why you need to go and start using bleaching cream to bleach your skin because you want to be white. And you are not born to be like that. Because you are seeing yourself as a disadvantage to the human race. After enslaving your ancestors, they came again with religion because they know they own the best opportunity for them to enslave you and your children is through religion. So they told you everything your ancestors believe is fake. Everything your ancestors, your fathers, your great-grandfather has been doing is fake. So they created a friction by telling you that if you mess up, you are going to hellfire. So that has been imprinted in your system. The word hellfire has been imputed in your system. So you are afraid to go to a certain hellfire which does not exist. So therefore, they make you to deviate from your originality. And by deviating from your originality, you will not have a direct contact with your Creator, which is Olodumare. And if you do not have a direct contact with your Creator, you will not be able to know your do's and your don'ts. And therefore, your life will be meaningless. Your life will be meaningless. So imagine, you as a Nigerian man, you as a Nigerian woman, you have a problem, you have to go and call a certain white man from Israel to come and help you out with your problem. A man you do not know about his existence. A book was brought to you and they told you, this book, just believe this book. Do not go against everything that is written in the book. If you go against it, you are going to hellfire. That is the mission and vision of the white people to African. So today we find it difficult to explain to our people, to let them know that these are fake, these are fallacious, these are not real. But our people are not getting it right. They do not even want to understand because the fear of hellfire has been imputed in their system. If truly there is heaven, and if truly there is hellfire, the white people will not even want you to have access to see the heaven. Their mission is truly for every Africans to be in hellfire, because they do not even want African continent to be existing in the first place. So that is the vision of the white people. So if truly there is heaven, a Bible will not be sold for 2,500 naira in the market. If truly there is heaven, the Bible will not be given free of charge in the crusade. If truly there is heaven, to get a copy of a Bible will cost you 10,000 US dollars. That is if truly there is heaven. Do you think the white people love you as an African? Do you think the British love you as an African? Do you think the European love you as an African? Do you think the American love you as an African? No. That is why there is racism. They do not love you. If they love you, to get an American visa won't be difficult. If the British love you, to get a UK visa will not be difficult. If the Australians love you, to get an Australian visa won't be difficult. They do not love you and they do not want you in their country. So how much more the kingdom of God is said, if truly there is kingdom of God. Now imagine the stress every African will pass through before having access to the kingdom. If an American visa could cost as much as millions in Nigeria, so think about it, getting access to heaven. So that is where we all got it wrong. By believing so much in religion. By getting addicted to religion. By getting addicted to the system of our enslavers. You know what I mean? People who came to enslave my father, people who came to enslave my forefathers, are now trying everything possible to enslave me through the same system. And if you said no, they will tell you are going to hellfire. With that, you have been taken out of your foundation. You have been taken out of your originality. You have been taken from your authentic purpose. Do not forget the topic, taboos. And once you are out of your originality, once you are out of your purpose in life, you will not be able to identify what your taboos are. And if you do not understand or identify your taboos, it will be difficult to live a successful life. It will be difficult to live a successful life. So we need to understand who we are. We need to understand our originality. We need to understand the purpose of our existence. My taboos is different from your own taboos. Your taboos is different from your husband's taboo. So everybody needs to understand their essence of existence for us to be able to live a successful life. So there is no way there won't be problems. There is no way there won't be issues in our life, because we are not living the life according to the will of our Hori. We are not living our life according to the will of our Hori. We are living our life according to the knowledge of the foreign enslavers, the people who come to your country. They came to your country, they came to your continent, they enslaved your ancestors, they enslaved your fathers, and now they are enslaving you. And if they are successful in enslaving you, they will enslave your children through you. And through your children, your grandchildren will be enslaved. Through your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren will be enslaved. That is why you need to come back to reality. If there is heaven somewhere, Bible will not be sold for 2,500, 2,000 naira in the market. That is, if there is heaven somewhere, the white people will not allow you to have access to that heaven. It is not possible. You need to think the way I am thinking. You need to have the same understanding that I'm having. Even the pastors, they know. All these things are just frictions. We are Africans. we need to understand our real authenticity. You need to understand why you are existing here on earth. Back in the days in African culture and tradition, when you give birth to a child, you take the child to a babalawo. And permit me to say, who is a babalawo? A babalawo is a messenger of the Creator, a messenger of Olodumare. They are divine beings, they are divine messenger of Olodumare. They do not speak if Olodumare do not ask them to speak. That is who babalawo is. They are extremely powerful. They are filled with energy. They are filled with knowledge and wisdom of the Creator. That is who babalawo is. So in the olden days, when you give back to a child, you take the child to a babalawo to know the essence of existence of that child, which we tag to be an akosejaye. Natural leaves will be brought, rabbit, kola nut, drink, and so on. Everything will come. They will get a sound, put the child's leg on the sound, then they make a divination process for the child to know the essence of existence of that child. And Oduifa will come. The Babalawo will explain to the parents of that child, this child has come to do this, he has come to do that. Please do not allow this child to eat okra. Do not allow this child to put on a red cloth. Do not allow this child to do this. Do not allow him to do that. That is his own taboo. And if the parent hearken to the voice of the Babalawo, the journey of that child in life will be smooth and fast. However, a child that is not supposed to be wearing a red cloth, when he want to start a kindergarten school, his parents put him in the school where they use red cloth as uniform. Imagine what will be the outcome of that child, of that child's journey. A child that's supposed not to wear a red cloth, and his parents now put him in a kindergarten school where red cloth is their uniform. So from that moment, the child will now begin to misbehave. The brain will not be as sharp. The thinking faculty of that child will be slow because the child is not in alignment with its original authenticity. That is African culture and system, African tradition. All these things has been taken away from us. So we as an African, when you now give birth to a child, after 7 days, they said, okay, let's take him to church for naming ceremony. The naming ceremony process, what has that got to do with African spirituality? What has that got to do with African child? Because the naming ceremony is after 7 days, and in African system, after the 3rd day of the birth of that child, the child must be taken for an akosejaye. That is the 3rd day. So the European system, which is the naming ceremony, after 7 days, you take the child for a naming ceremony, where the child will be given a name. And I tell you, every child coming from planet Earth, from heaven down to the planet Earth, already has a name. Every child has a name. So when you get to the planet Earth, you start giving your child different name entirely, differently from the one he has chosen from Olodumare. So this is where everybody gets it wrong. So you as a parent, you are just a custodian of that child. You have no authority over that child. Because you have your own life to live, that child also has his own life to live. Your taboos, your do's and don'ts does not correlate with the do's and don'ts of that child. So that is why when you give back to a child, you need to understand, who is this child? Why has it come? And what is his own purpose of coming? You need to understand his do's and his don'ts. And as a parent who is breastfeeding that child, you must be able to understand and acknowledge the purpose of that child so that you will not mislead the child. Many parents today have misled their children. Many children are in prison today because of their parents, because of the advice, because of the way the parents nurture the child. Many parents do not have information about their children. If a parent could not have information about his or herself, so how much more the children they give back to? So all these are very important as an African child. We are Africans. We can never be an European. We can only be an European by passport. We can only be an American by passport. We can only be a British by passport. But deep inside our blood, deep inside our vein, we are Africans. We are Nigerians. We are Yorubas. We are Igbos. We are Shekiri. We are Ijaw. We are Edo. We need to understand our foundation. We need to understand our origin. No religion will take us to our Creator. No religion is taking us to our Creator. We will only be judged by the content of our character. We are going to be judged by the content of our character. So if a pastor tells you that after death is judgment, is fake, tell the pastor I said it's fake. How can you be judged after death? And after the judgment, you are not going to heaven, you are not going to hellfire. Where does reincarnation, where does it come from? You know what reincarnation means? When you die, you are coming back again. That is reincarnation. So everyone that is existing here on earth has been existing before. You have come, you have died, and you have gone back. You have come again. That is reincarnation. And we are all entitled to spend 1,000 years here on planet Earth. If you are yet to spend that 1,000 years, there is nothing like judgment. The Bible is just a storybook given to you as an African to enslave you, to enslave your children, to enslave your great-grandchildren. That is the purpose of the white people. They have no mission other than that. So you as an African, you need to sit yourself down, think about this. I am an African. I am a Nigerian. I am a Yoruba man. I learned from the feet of elders, plenty of elders. I know what life entails. I know what life is all about. I know what life requires. You need to understand your real authenticity. You need to understand where you come from. Do not forget your foundation. Do not forget the village you come from. The village you come from has so much to do in the course of your journey in life. Your village has so much to do in the course of your journey in life. Is very important. Do not forget your origin. Do not forget your origin. In Irosunoro, that's Irosun in the right hand, Irete in the left hand. It's called Irosunoro. It's also known to be Irosun Opimi. Ifa says, Ori wo birere gbe mi de, ẹsẹ̀ wo birere sì mí rè, àjòkan tí mò ń rè yìí, ẹni rere ni kí n bá pàdé. Dífá kù Ọ̀rúnmìlà àjànà, bàbá ń ṣawó lọ sóde ìgbàjọ. Ọ̀rúnmìlà was on a journey to a land called Igbajo. He went for a divination. What will be the outcome of this my journey? A priesthood journey to the land of Igbajo. He was asked to appease his Ori. He complied with everything that he was asked to do. He appeased his Ori and he prayed to his Ori. He said, Ori wo birere gbe mi de, ẹsẹ̀ wo birere sì mí rè. Meaning that there is nothing that will come to a man here on earth without the acknowledge of our Ori. And for a man to get a higher position in life, the two legs must be involved. So we need to understand our foundation. Our Ori is our foundation. Let us learn to appreciate our Ori. Let us learn to acknowledge the presence of our Ori. Knowing your taboos will take you far in life. Knowing your taboos will take you far in life. If you are not supposed to be eating a snail and you choose the snail to be your favorite, it will be difficult to get to a higher position in life. If red color is your taboo here on earth and you choose red color to be your favorite, it will be difficult to move closer and to move higher in life. If black color is your taboo and you do not know and you choose black color to be your favorite, it will be difficult to move higher in life. We need to understand our taboos. We need to understand our essence of existence. And how can we know this? It is through Ifa divination. I hope my message has inspired you. I hope you have learned one or two messages from this teaching. I beg you, do not take my message personal. All I am after is to see you being liberated, is to see you being free from every kingdom of the darkness, is to see you being free from slavery. My prayer for you is that the Creator will open your inner understanding to get my message. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Thank you once again. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ifa Truthfulness TV. Elaboru, Elaboye, Elaboye, Bosise, Ogbo, Ato, Asure, Iworiofun. My name is Olariwaju Ifa Damilare, a practicing Babalawo in Ifa. Thank you. May the peace of Olodumare be with you and your household. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Thank you.